Do you tell people that when they do your podcast in the summer that they're gonna lose weight?
I should tell them this is a weight loss journey.
Did you tell Felix that?
I mean, we did it in the winter, so
okay,
he
I thought you did
he
it,
dodged.
Like,
that's why he's getting bigger. You know what I mean?
Why he's getting bigger.
Dude, I need to get him back on
Love
my
you,
podcast.
Felix. Yeah.
So this is Pancho Moler over here,
Yeah,
dude.
that's me.
Dude, what are you in like a sentence?
I am Chilean little person, dwarf, whatever you want to call it.
Can we call you a midget?
I don't care. But if other little people hear this, they get all super aggressive and offensive about that. So let's just keep it like
So is a midget
dwarf.
Is midget like the N-word for dwarfs?
I think for a lot of little people it is. But here's how I feel about it. I think that I was raised. My parents are average size. Okay,
so
they're tall.
Right. Okay.
My two younger brothers are tall. Okay, I was always raised the same as there. They didn't say the word midget, but it was like. It wasn't a big deal. I grew up with that word. It's fine. But I think that when you're raised differently, like, example, if you're a little person and your parents are little people, and then their parents are little people, and then your siblings are all little people,
right.
You're raised differently and you're more segregated. And that word can have a lot of effect, especially when people say it. Like, I feel like a lot of people say midget, and it's a more naive way, where you're like, whatever, you can just correct them or whatever you want to do. Or if it's a good joke, fucking use it. I'm all for a good midget joke.
Hey, dude, I'll
But
write
little
one, bro.
people that aren't raised that way, I feel, get really offended by it. So I try to stay away from it. Damn. I only do it usually like in comedy in my sets because I think it makes the joke better. But,
because that's how we think about it.
Yeah, I know most people think about it that way.
Like if I see, my brain is really fucked up the way it's wired. So like if I see someone like a little person, I'll be like, look at that midget, dude. Are those underwear or pants? Like I don't know if that's
so stupid.
Are those jeans,
I
shorts?
Hope that whoever said that to punches you in the nuts.
Oh, I didn't say that out loud.
Really hard.
It was actually,
you just say it in
my head because I'm a dickhead. Dude, you know what?
Well,
the funny thing? You're like low key standing up right now. This is. Oh, now you. Oh, shit.
This is the first time I've ever hit my head on the ceiling of something.
Hey, welcome to a house that's suited for you, bro.
Yeah, man.
You would thrive in here, bro. I know, bro. I'm sweating,
it's
dude.
Super hot,
We're
bro.
Fucked, bro. I thought I had enough shade here.
You should have told everyone this is like an Asian bathhouse right here.
Oh, my God,
This is a sauna and an Asian bathhouse.
This is horrible.
We should just be wearing towels.
Dude, we should just wear nothing, dude. Nude podcast.
That'd be so weird.
Get
and
some
gross.
OnlyFans girls.
You'd have so many different balls on your fucking bed.
Oh, you're
like
right.
sweaty balls on this man's bed.
Oh
No, don't do that, dude.
Mm-hmm. You know what I think? If there was like a couple of women in here, then it would be fine. Like if we were naked, but just because there's nobody else here, it would just be like really weird. That would
be really weird. Probably for the women, and not for us.
Yeah. I mean, for me, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. So wait, so you were saying a little bit about being a midget is not. I mean, like saying the word midget is not like the suitable, correct term. But doesn't that have to do a little bit with like cancel culture also?
It definitely,
you said midget.
Well, I don't think so. I think that was already a derogatory term before cancel culture came about. But I do think that with cancel culture, it's definitely gotten more to the point of like, oh, you can't say that. Say little person. Say dwarf. Say short king. Listen, back when I was growing up, it was just midget. That's it. That's all I knew was midget.
Damn.
Right? So
I mean,
we've come a long way.
Yeah, bro. They made up a lot of different slang terms to make.
What are you? What the fuck
better.
are you?
I'm a Jew, bro.
So there's probably a lot of words for
My
that.
dad hates the word Jew. He's like, "What are you, a Nazi? That's what the Nazis call it." And
See,
I'm like,
every generation is different, right?
Yeah,
like my
dude.
parents are the same way,
Yeah, bro.
My mom doesn't see it as a bad thing,
right?
But as the word midget, because that's where she comes from. But other people do.
So you're a midget and you have siblings?
Shut the fuck up. This guy.
So you're a little person and you have siblings that are like average people. What should we call them? Like regulars?
Sure, let's call them the regulars.
All right, so you're a little person and then you have regulars.
Yeah.
And like siblings that are. So do you think your kids are also gonna be like little people?
You know what's crazy about that is like my wife is a regular, and the statistics are with like when a dwarf, a little person, has sex with a regular sized person,
Yeah.
it's 50-50 chance whether it's going to be a little person or a tall
Yeah,
person.
because it's either you're gonna adopt the
now,
mom's
now
genes
when
or
two
the.
little people have sex or whatever, and they're going to have a
Mhm.
kid, it's a 25% chance that's going to be a little person.
Wait, how is it less?
I don't know. That's a weird.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. But check
And this
it out.
is only this
when
is
I
only
was
dwarf
born,
genetics.
What?
This is only like genetics for like a little bit. Because
I
wait,
don't even know why I agreed to this. But like, no. Just back when I was born.
yeah.
When I was born, the doctors told my mother,
Uh-huh.
when they, he's gonna be a little person. He's not gonna live that long. He's not gonna be able to do this. He's not gonna be able to do sports. A lot of negative shit, right? But my mom had me anyway. She kept the faith.
Damn,
Anyways,
okay.
the doctors told my mom that when I was born, that it was going to be I was 1 in a million. Now that's what the statistics were 40 years ago.
Okay.
Nowadays it's 1 in 1,000.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? Like that's
Damn.
huge.
You know, but the even crazier thing is natural selection. Is like how natural selection has made it a higher probability as opposed to a lower probability.
Yeah.
You know, because like you look at natural selection, you're like, okay, what is the favorable like gene?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I was like interested when you said that it's a 25%, because if there's two, like the mother and the father hold that gene.
Yeah.
For like a like what do you call it? Like is it dwarfism or
Achondroplasia.
Chondroplasia?
Achondroplasia.
Oh, achondroplasia. Damn.
Yeah,
so
and there's like
both of them hold that.
I think there's like 250 different types of dwarfism.
Really?
Yeah.
So, but if both of you guys hold it, then that means it has to be. I thought it would be like 100%. It's like if two people have blue eyes and they have a baby, the baby's gonna have blue eyes.
Not
you know what I mean?
Not always.
I mean, genetically, it's like
You would think.
unless there's a mutation or
Yeah.
like a.
I think that's what I am, dude.
You
I'm
think
a
you're
fucking mutation.
No, you are a mutation. That's the cool thing.
Yeah.
Is that like there was one of your DNAs got like copied and then there was a mutation in the second copy, and then whatever happened when your parents had sex and then they made you. And
Dude, you're so smart, man.
what? No, I'm just
no,
bro.
I'm joking with you, but no, that's a good way to. I
No,
think that's
I'm-
a good perspective.
Because I'm reading a book called The Selfish Gene right now. It's by Richard Dawkins. It's like a book from like the 70s.
Yeah.
And it's about how it's like it's the biology behind why we're all selfish. Like it's like it proves human selfishness through biology and the passing down of genes, not just in humans, but also in like animals like birds, bees, insects, mammals, reptiles. Like it goes down the line of why the selfish gene is the most dominant one in today's world and why it's going to continue.
Is that because it's the alpha male or?
Well, think
or
about
the
like
alpha?
the opposite of a selfish gene would be an altruist gene. So think about it like this: like the gene that's going to go out. So he takes a look at it in a sense of natural selection, not in a sense of like the biological being. So not like the animal or the human or the living organism. Instead, he takes a look at the genes, like the natural selection of genes in the gene pool. And then he goes like how if you take like a bird that fed its kin, nice fart. The bird that fed its kin, is that like a part of the sweat? The fart comes from like the sweat. Is that what it is?
No, dude. I feel like I've already lost 5 pounds.
Yeah, this is a workout, bro. Like I said, this is a workout. But all he's saying is like, okay, look, bird feeds its kin, but then there's another bird who like goes out, gets all the worms, gets the food, and then feeds like the whole tribe. Like that one's not gonna last due to natural selection. Those are gonna die out. The one who like feeds himself and his offspring.
Oh, that's crazy. You would think that the one like feeds everyone else would be the one that lasts.
Well, that's why it's a
selection or whatever it's called.
Natural selection is very it goes way deeper than that. Like it's very, very specific. It goes down. Like it's very, very, very like in depth, this book. It really goes into it, and it's very interesting. So that's all I was saying. Like, hey man, if you guys, because then you look at like trans people, right? If you look at that from you're like close your eyes, like, dude, not the cancel culture, dog. No, but I'm just. This is just a theory.
What about with trans people?
So think about it like this.
Because I'm really
people,
not that smart or educated about all that.
Well, okay, so all I'll say is this. This is just based off like just a simple observation, like with not conducting any research. They're not reproducing, right? Unless
No.
they like have like a sperm donation
Unless it's,
before transition or something.
Trans man.
Well, how are they going to reproduce if they I don't know. I don't even know how. You know what, dude?
Because they were born female, now
And-
they're a man. So they
Right.
still have the female reproduction, unless they've had the full surgery. Or am I a fucking idiot? And
Well,
I
think
don't-
now we're both
I
kind
don't
of
know what I'm
idiots.
talking
I think
about.
we're trying
Let's
to
not
figure
go
it out.
that route.
Well, all I was gonna say was like just due to natural selection is like it's kind of like an interesting idea of like
Yeah.
how is that gonna pan out in the future
Yeah.
when they're not reproducing and then more and more are not reproducing. But
I'm not actually sweating because of the topic we're talking about.
It's a
actually
workout,
really,
dude.
really hot here.
dude, it's fucking damn, bro. It's like 90 degrees outside,
man.
dude.
I know.
It's
I know.
89, dude.
This is where you sleep in this parking lot?
Nah, I'm like everywhere.
Is
like,
there
I'm,
is
I'm
there
somewhere
one
new
that's
every
like
place.
is there like the one that you sleep at?
Nah, I'm always somewhere else.
You like to change it up?
Yeah, I mean, just wherever I know I need to be the next day is
You
where
seem
I'll
like
sleep.
if you had a lot of money, you'd be like a traveler. You'd like travel either around.
I don't think I need a lot of
country
money
or
to do
around
that.
The,
I
okay.
have this van. I could go tour the country right now.
Yeah, but gas is very expensive.
I have the money for that.
How do you have the money for that? What do
I
you
sell
do?
solar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When did you do that? When did you do
I've been
that?
there for like 9 months now, 10 months.
Okay,
It's
nice.
good money.
I bet.
Yeah.
Door-to-door sales.
Yep.
I used to sell cookware at Costco, and I would always
Yeah?
be standing next to the dude selling solar. Is that the
Sunrun.
same thing? Yeah.
Yeah, Sunrun is a
Okay.
national Costco partner, and we are partnered with Costco and Home Depot.
There
So
was-
that was Sunrun. That's the company
Yeah.
I work for, bro.
Dude, some of you fuckers were very aggressive with the customer.
I heard, bro. A
I-
customer
there
told me
was
that
this, like,
yesterday.
Armenian dude with like a unibrow that worked next to like my booth, and he would like walk up on customers, but like he's gonna ask them a question and try to do the pitch, but he would walk up to him, and it looked like he was walking up to fight him, and he kind of almost like
How long ago was this?
scared people instead of like like people would like
Yeah,
back
I
off. I'm
bet.
like, dude, you can't even back. Don't walk up on a woman like that. You got to be more gentle, I know
Oh
that.
yeah. How long ago was this?
This was like 3 years ago. Yeah, I sold cookware for like 3
Damn.
years
Did that
at
go
different
good?
Costco's around the country. Hell yeah.
Really?
I
So why'd you?
It's
Because you were you're an interesting guy. Like imagine like some fucking.
My friends told me once. He was my boss. He's like, I sell cookware because I'm a good salesman. People buy cookware from me because I'm a good salesman. People are gonna buy cookware from you because not only are you a good salesman,
But you're a
a
little
novelty.
person.
You're a novelty.
What's a
People will be
novel-
like, oh my God, I just bought my cookware from a midget. Check this out. You can just blow the egg out. Look. Like,
Dude, it's the story.
whatever.
Bro.
But
and they're not gonna walk away from you, bro.
No, I
To just
sold
have the
shit out of
opportunity
this
to
stuff.
talk to.
And
like
I knew
a-
how to talk to different groups of people. I fucking.
Can,
It's
you,
a
sell, can you
good-
sell me on cookware right now?
Huh?
Can you sell me on cookware right now?
I guess. I mean, I could.
All right, sell me this. Sell me this can opener.
Sell you this can opener?
Yeah, right now.
I don't think I mean, check this out. It's new wave. It's a new line. It's light. You can put it in your pocket. You can open any can with this.
Where'd you? What brand is it?
Here, check it out.
Wow. Wait, it looks
I need to
broken.
open a can.
Oh, you
Give
need,
me that.
You need to
I
open a
just sold it
can.
to you. There you go. Boom.
Dude, this is from the dollar store. I got it for $1.
Good.
How much? Did
You ever seen the movie Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, with the pen.
With the pen.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
"Here, give me a pen." He's like, "Hey, I need a pen." He's like, "Oh, sold it to you."
No, he didn't say, "Hey, I need a pen." He's like, "Hey, sell this pen to me." And then he's like, "Hey, can you write your name on this piece
Oh,
of
yeah,
paper?"
yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, well, I don't have a pen." He's like, "There, problem solved. $3. Boom."
That was a good sales. I was really good at selling cookware.
Because you need to create a problem for
Yeah.
them, and you need to hit them where.
No,
it
well,
hurts
you
so they
gotta
the pain.
get them to watch you first. You gotta bait them in,
Right.
and then you gotta create the interest, pique the interest, and then fucking just hook 'em.
Yeah. Gotta spike their curiosity.
Yeah.
So wait, so before we started this episode, you told me, I asked you what is the number one thing that if you had the power to change that you would want to see different in this world? If you could change it, what would you want to see change?
I guess cancel culture,
Why cancel culture?
because it just always. It's too easy to do to anybody, and people. I don't feel like some certain people that have been canceled. like should have been canceled, and I don't even really stand what cancel culture, canceling.
You know what I think it is?
Cancel what?
I think that the government, first of all, loves cancel culture because I think that it's a really good facade for, like, I think it's a really good just like wall for like, hey, focus on like all this stuff, like pronouns and like gender identity and like saying the wrong things, while like the real shit that's happening, like we're gonna, like it helps spur the division.
It's almost like
that
a
the world is
distraction.
trying to make. It's a distraction, exactly. It helps create the divide that the country wants to see in this country. You know what I mean? Like, in order for them to actually be a profitable country, and like everyone follows the divide and conquer. You know what I mean? So like this is kind of the way of like, here, let's continue dividing. Because what people don't realize is by saying you shouldn't talk about this, you shouldn't say that, you shouldn't talk about them, they're only creating more distance between each other.
Yeah.
By saying like, hey, don't say that. Like people just can't fucking take a joke anymore. Like, there's no more sarcasm.
Oh no, there isn't.
Everyone is just like, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. I'm a he him. Like,
Yeah.
and if that's how you want to be like referred to, that's perfectly fine. But it's like, I think if it's gotten to a point where like people can't even mistake, like do it like wrong. You know what I mean? Like people can't do it on, like they can't mess it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I just think it's become a way to kind of just eliminate people before you even get to hear them out. I feel like we've forgotten like that questioning something doesn't mean that you disagree with it. You just want to kind of know about it, and it's very easily like a trigger word to become something like, oh, if I have a question about someone's gender or about someone's choice, like it immediately becomes that I'm either homophobic or transphobic or
you hate them.
or like racist or whatever you want to call it. But
Like,
it's
just because you have an
definitely
opinion,
not that. Like just
Right.
because I want to, it's maybe because I want to learn about it. Maybe
Yeah, man.
because I don't want to be such a fucking idiot when it comes to that topic. But if I question it, I immediately become become like someone that like it just hates it or disagrees with it, and
Right.
that's definitely not the case. And I don't think that's the case for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's kind of like what you're saying is like, just because we question it or because we have an opinion or want to have an opinion, that we automatically hate it. That's how it's perceived.
No, yeah, and
Like, it's like, oh, I just want to learn about it. And then you ask a question and they're like, oh, well, you can't say that. You can't ask
it's
that.
like
You
you're
can't.
telling people that come from a different generation to automatically change. Like, sure, you can change. Doesn't come overnight. It takes a while.
It takes years.
It takes
decades.
years and years and years, and especially if you're old and stubborn or whatever, you know, you have your ways. You grew up on your ways. We can all adapt, but we can't just all change right away. There's questions that come with things.
So I think in that sense, the only solution is like be more open-minded. Like, is for the like these people who are canceling and just diverting to that. It's more of like, how about instead you be open-minded for the fact that this person doesn't really understand it, and educate them instead of just tell them that they can't do something. Especially like, dude, if you know human psychology, you tell someone not to do something, they're gonna want to do it even more. You can't tell someone to just like, I mean, like if a group of people hate you,
Yeah.
then like you're not gonna do any more success by like negating against them for like having their own views, because in a sense you're doing the same thing by saying, hey, they're wrong, when they're saying, hey, you're wrong for being this way, and then you're the one going, well, you're wrong for not understanding us. It's like, okay, well, you're not even trying to understand this side.
Like, yeah,
How are you gonna
but
understand?
like even if I don't understand you the first time, it might take a little while to process.
So what about, okay, then what about for like little people though? Because that's the same shit. Because like, let's say I call you a midget right now, and then that's how I talk the whole podcast, right? Then would you be like, hey, you can't say that? Like,
I'd be like, why are you saying that? Like that, like that's just like having an entire podcast where I call you a fucking Jew the whole time.
hell
you
yeah,
know?
let's do it, bro.
Like,
you call me a Jew, I call you a
but
midget. Let's do it.
I feel like eventually those words lose their power.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's just like if someone's doing comedy on stage and they go, motherfucker this, motherfucker that, motherfucker this, motherfucker. Eventually, that word has got no power. you know,
Right.
as to when, you know, like, I feel like you can do whatever, you can say whatever you want. But I feel that if you said whatever you want, if you were to use midget the whole entire time, I really don't think people would listen to this
Do people
podcast.
talk shit about you? Like, or like, do you get a lot of hate like in public? Like, people say stuff out loud or nah?
Little kids. But
Yeah.
it's not hate, it's just questioning things.
Yeah. So you're
Little
kind of
kids
saying I
are
want cancel culture to be like these kids.
My mom used to tell me that when we rode the bus when we first moved to America. I was the same way, a little kid, and I'd be like, why is she so fat? Why is she black? Why, like, but little kids just say things out
So
loud.
what do they say
so
about
kinda,
you?
They're like, I'm taller than you, like, why are you so short? Why do you have a beard? I don't have a beard, just silly things that are like funny
Bruh,
almost. Like,
wait, what do you tell them, bro?
I used to get pissed off. I used to let it get to me. But then I remember how I was. And
what would you tell them?
I would be like, I know where you sleep. And they would shut the fuck up right away.
Bro, you tell that to a little ass kid, bro.
Or now I'm just like, literally what I say is, when they say, why are you so small? I just say, like the joke I tell you, because I don't want to grow up. There's too much responsibility. And little kids are like, I don't want to grow up. I want to stay small. Like some of them, not all of them, but you know what I mean. Like,
These
it's
idiots.
just you change their frame of mind.
Yeah.
Have I had hate before? Hell yeah. I think we all have.
Right.
But like, it's just, I think it's because I've been dealing with it my entire life that there's not like something that you can tell me that I haven't heard already. Like just.
All these kids already asked all the questions.
Yeah, little kids, but also.
When was the last time a kid?
It's better to educate with humor than to be an asshole, and that's what I've learned, and I try to do that now.
And when was the last time a kid actually, like, said that to you?
I don't know. They always say it. Just the other day, I was walking with my wife in the grocery store, and some little kid's like to his mom, and this is funny. To his mom was like, looked at his mom, looked at me, looked back at his mom, and goes, why is he so small? And the mom immediately covers her kid's mouth, pulls him away, and they look at me like, I'm so sorry. And I'm just like, why don't you teach the kid instead of just like pulling him away from a situation and never talk about it again?
Yeah.
Like, just teach him in front of me. We don't have to make it weird. Just be like, why don't you ask him? Why don't you ask him why he's so small?
Amen, dude.
And then I can sit there and talk to him, bullshit with the kid, and by the end of the conversation, the kid's gonna want to be my friend or whatever.
Yeah, like instead of be like, go ask him, bro. Go. Like,
you go ask him. I don't know.
This is actually exactly what cancel culture is.
Yeah.
It's like the mom represents.
It could either be the dad too. It's
so the
parents,
kid.
just parents in general.
Okay, but I'm talking about in this specific situation. Like in the story, the kid represents you, or like someone who's interested and curious in like this thing that they don't understand.
Yeah.
And then that person that's walking is like all the things you could be like you are all the people who can get like canceled about. And then the mom is like the one that's like, no, you can't say that, you can't ask that, you have to be like all the cancel people of like, no, you can't do that. And that's why the world isn't evolving and nobody's being educated or educating each other, because instead of resorting to, you know what, no, open his mouth. Let him ask me so that we can have a conversation and understand each other and learn about it, instead of you going like, no, you can't even ask that. You can't be like that.
I'm a grown man. I'm used to this.
I've gotten this every day. I'm a grown little man.
Yeah.
All right?
A grown little man.
So it's like, dude, it's like, let the fucking kid ask his question to the fucking source, and that's the only way that we can actually grow as a humanity. Is and especially if you're in this group of people who feel like you're like marginalized or like discriminated or whatever, like let's say you are a trans person or something, and you're not respected like by society the way other people are, like heterosexual people are, or like cisgender people are, then like don't resort to like the, man, you can't say that, I'm this and that, and you can't ask me those questions. Be like, no, let me tell you, I am not like you. I am unique. So, so yeah, dude, tell him, bro, I'm a fucking little person and I love it.
Yeah.
Do you have a big dick?
I don't know, like, what to compare it to, like to this mic. I mean, I don't know. Like,
Do you?
It's like, it's not like I'm not like fucking.
Like
the Elephant Man of dicks or anything, but like,
but like
you
does
know,
the little like does
I've always
do,
had girlfriends and my wife that stay satisfied.
But I think we don't know like does the dick shrink with like the little people have little dicks, or
I
is,
don't
or is the
know.
dick not related? Like everything shrinks except for the dick.
I like to say that, yeah.
So
But I don't know. I have no
how
idea.
big is it?
Probably like that big. Probably like 5 inches soft and like 6.5 hard.
You got 5 inches soft dick. That's a big ass soft dick, bro.
Well, that's like this big. That's not that
That's
big.
like 4 inches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I was like, dude,
I don't wanna talk about my
you're a
dick.
shower, bro. No, we want to hear all about it, bro. You're a shower, not a grower, bro. You got this fucking wheel, bro. You got a third leg, dog, dude. Dude, when you're hard, can you walk with it?
I can use it as a kickstand.
Bruh.
No, I can't.
Dude, it's like
I knew you'd get psyched on that though. You'd go, yeah,
it's a
dude.
stepping stool, bro.
I think we're doing the same mic after this.
Yeah, we are. I'm doing 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Why are you doing so many? Why do you do so many? Is it to keep your instrument sharp? Like what do you?
You know
is
what
it an addiction?
Yeah,
is it where you
both.
get friends?
Both.
You don't feel lonely
Everything.
in your fucking van. What is
Probably too.
it? All of
the
those.
main-
I feel the same way. I feel like it's
I mean, the main thing is for me
to get better.
is I personally like doing mics more than I like doing shows because I grow more at a mic. The show for me is more the final product and like seeing it, which is less of like this is the process and more of like a validation boost.
Yeah.
And it's more rewarding obviously to do the show.
Yeah.
But when I do the set, it's way more like when I do a mic, it's way more like I'm working.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between working really hard on a joke night after night, week after week versus when you post that final version and it gets 5 million views. Everyone
Your joke.
everyone congratulates you for the views, but no one congratulates you for the hard work you've put behind it to get there. You know? And I don't control how many views I get. That's the algorithm. Why are you congratulating me for something that's out of my control? Why don't you congratulate me for the input
I really
that I
like
put
that
in
joke.
instead of the output?
I thought that joke was hilarious. The
What?
bumper sticker one.
Yeah.
That shit is really funny.
Thank you.
Well thought.
I got a lot of like cancel culture hate from it too, like all that bullshit. Because after I posted it, like this is just something I did when I moved to LA, and then like someone was like, "Oh, a YouTuber did this," like a YouTuber I've never even seen before, and I was like, "Okay, this YouTuber did it," and it was like it was such a big deal, and I was like, "Dude, I don't even want to like have to explain myself because like first of all, if I did do it based on this person's like YouTube channel, then I would have probably like given them credit for it."
Yeah.
But like that, like it wasn't the case, and I was like, I'm like, if I give this attention, then I'm just like wasting my own time getting deeper involved.
No,
in this.
I commented on. It's kind of crazy. This is cancel culture right here. This is how like crazy it is, and why I don't like comment on shit or do anything.
Yeah, dude.
I commented. You know that UFC fighter, like the Irish guy, not McGregor, but the other guy. He's got like a fucking bowl cut. It's like Paddington or Patty or some shit like that. Well, anyways, him and this like influencer like black guy, little person black guy did this skit where the black guy was holding, I don't know if it was him, maybe it was him, it was a different, he was holding like a kicking bag, and he was holding it. It was clearly a skit, and the dude fucking kicked it. Paddington kicked it, and the guy flew a little bit, not far, but like I commented on it. I was like, this is so fucking funny, this is hilarious, and my comment got all kinds of backlash from people going, how dare you support this? You're a little person. And I'm like, it's a fucking skit, guys. Like, it's clearly planned out.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it's not like the dude just happened to be holding a punching bag and the guy came and kicked it out of nowhere. It's filmed. It's planned out. And people took it so seriously.
Right. This is exactly what this is, bro. This video is so funny, dude. Look at this.
That's fucking funny.
Look, let's show
Don't show that. Those kinds of videos have become somewhat funny.
Dude, of course it's funny for people who have a sense of fucking humor, dog.
Yeah.
There's people who watch that and I'm like, oh my God, how can you do that? And those people will always remain like that. Those are the Karens of the world.
Well,
Bro,
I
okay.
see people like dudes put themselves in those positions. Not put them like that dude didn't do that, but like I don't know. I think you can kind of manipulate any audience with like what you put out there.
100%.
You know.
So here's the funniest shit that ever happened to me, bro. And this is cancel culture, but like in real life, my dad, bro, funniest fucking dude I ever met. All right, he's my idol, my inspiration. Not because he's like genuinely funny, but because he's so fucking like he just does such stupid shit that it's so hilarious. So this fucking we were in the oh my God, dude. We get out of the airport, right? We get into the airport in Texas, and there's a giant 3-hour line. Okay, my dad immediately sees the line, doesn't hesitate, doesn't even blink for a second. The dude just goes around the whole fucking line, and then just goes right to like the guys who check the passport in the front, and then goes right to like behind the next person in line. Now, here's the funniest part. So all those people who watch those videos like that, and they're like, oh my God, this is so messed up. Like, this is so messed up. Like, those, well, yes, but like those people who online see like a video of like that little person getting kicked, like that's,
even a little person getting kicked.
it was just like a dude with like no legs or whatever. I don't know. So him getting kicked, everyone was like there's people who watch that and they're like, oh my God, how can you do that? I'm going to tell everyone, I'm going to put in the comments and raise awareness. Like those are the same people that my dad encountered that day, bro. It was so funny. So my dad cuts the line. Out of nowhere, dude, this lady pulls up behind us with her husband, and me and my sister are just laughing nonstop that my dad just did this and just gave no shits. Like he's just standing there.
Were you guys with him, walking behind
Yeah, walking with it. And we're in line, just cut everyone. 3 hours worth of people are staring at us just like, fucking hating us, dude. And my dad's just standing there, and me and my sister are laughing. He's like, shut the fuck up. And then some guy who works there realizes what's going on, and he starts walking towards us. And he's like, excuse me, did you cut the whole line? And my dad's like, no, we did the on the app. And they're like, yeah, that's not valid right now. He's like, but we did it on the app. And then this woman who didn't need to say anything comes from behind us, and she's like, yeah, we saw them cut. We saw them do the whole thing. We saw it from the beginning all the way to the end. We saw them walk in, and we saw them go there. And my dad turns around, and he's like, you fucking tattletale.
You fucking tattletale. You fucking tattletale. But
wait,
that is
it
great.
gets better. That woman cut right behind us. So she fucking cut, and then she was snitching on us, and then her husband was doing the same thing my dad did to us.
Oh my gosh.
He was like, shh. And then she's like, and then he goes up to her, and he's like, and what about you? Like, did you wait in line like everybody else? And then she goes, well, and then my dad, he's like, you have to go to the back of the line. And this was the funniest part. They take my dad, and this lady together. They escort us to the back of the line, and the guy's just like, I don't want any problems. You're making me problems. And my dad's like, I don't make problems. I'm just doing what I see on my phone. It told me to go here. And then they take us to the back of the line, but they took us to the wrong back of the line, which was just the front of the line of the first fucking 3 people. So we waited just 3 minutes, and they brought that stupid white bitch behind my dad with us. So wow. And then my dad just looks at her like you fucking. And then we leave, and my dad's like, 2 things. 1, when there is police around, never mess around. Do not be stupid and laugh. And number 2, that fucking tattletale bitch. What is this, kindergarten? And I was like, dude, my dad, bro.
Damn, that's funny, bro.
Funny ass, dude. Bro, my dad has a philosophy for everything. That's what I like. You could do anything wrong or right, and my dad will just have a quote ready.
Like a good philosophy behind it.
I don't know how he does it.
Reasoning.
But like, let's say like I hire an editor, and then like we go through the editing process super bad, and it ends up being a shitty editor, and I wasted like 2 weeks investing in this person. My dad will just immediately be like, guy, draft. And I'm like, what's that? And he's like, draft. I learned this in the army. Always do right at first time. and then you never have to do it again. And I was like, dude, where does this guy come up with this shit, dude? Fucking dads. You're a dad or not yet?
No, I'm not.
Do you plan on being a dad?
No. We don't
Really?
want to have kids, and if we
Why
had
not?
kids, I don't know. We see a bunch of friends here in Los Angeles raising kids, and I don't know. It doesn't seem ideal for us.
Mm.
And if we were to have children, we'd probably adopt one
Why?
because there's so many kids that need homes.
But bro, you
And
got to spread your genes.
it would still be your gene. You're adopting it. It's part of your thing, Like,
No, it's not your genes though. It's not your sperm.
yeah, but technically, on paper it would be, like it would be your
On
adopted-
paper.
yeah.
But biologically.
But like, I don't know. There's so many kids that have broken homes, or so many kids at home don't have anything at all. Like, there's a lot of that. Like, why would we that's kind of why would we not take that option?
You're right. That's okay. And how old would you want this kid to be when you get him?
I mean, preferably a baby, like a child that we could grow, that we could raise from like the age of 1. But I mean, it's something we've talked about where we don't think we're gonna pull the trigger on that at all. We have a lot of animals. Not saying that they're kids, but they're kind of like kids. We have 9 animals, 4 dogs, 5 cats.
Damn, bruh.
Yeah.
That's an animal farm,
Yeah,
dog.
we have a little zoo at our house.
Wait, what the hell, dude? Do you walk all these dogs, bro?
We have a big,
Bro, oh
huge
my
yard.
God, I am so...
We have a huge yard. We're
Dude.
fine.
You're so sweaty too, bro. Your shirt went from yellow to brown, dog.
Fuck, no shit, man.
Bro, this shit is wild. It's never been this hot. Just so you know, this is the peak. Like, I've never had anybody sweat on the pod.
Really?
No, because we usually do it like in like the winter and like March and April.
So
Wasn't
all
hot
your
or May.
podcasts that I've seen, you did them a long time ago?
No. Like the most. No. Like April and May, but like this is like the peak heat that it's ever been. You know what I mean? Like this is
You
really
don't ever
hot.
do them at night? Wouldn't that be better?
That's gonna be the new thing now because of
For
summer.
summertime?
Yeah, now because of summer, every single one's gonna be at like
Is your
10
head
PM.
sweating like a motherfucker right now?
You could see it,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, I could see like the...
Look at this, bro. I'm fucking dying right now, dude. This is terrible.
Yeah.
But it's actually really, it makes me really in the moment and zoned in right now. That's like
Me
the
too.
one upside of it is like I'm really like present because of all this sweat.
Well, that's what it's all about, is being present, honest, I think. Right?
Yeah. I mean, that's why it's the Truthers podcast. Cause
Did I answer the questions that you needed to be answered?
nothing needed to be answered, bro. There's nothing that needs an answer.
Well, where's the next destination?
What do you mean?
In your home. Where do you go now?
Oh, like-
all these things on all these pictures on your wall, inspirations? Is this like your
those are like music albums?
okay? What do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
call
yeah.
it? A vision wall or?
Vision board?
Vision
nah,
board,
Nah, bro.
yeah.
My vision board isn't just albums. These are just song albums, dude.
No, I get that.
Do you know Pink Floyd?
Yeah, man. I've seen Roger Waters in concert at the Hollywood Bowl.
Same. I saw him at the
It's
San
fucking dope.
Francisco.
Is that where you're from? San Francisco?
My family's there.
Okay.
Yeah, I just did a show at the Punchline there last weekend.
How was shows there?
Huh?
How was it?
You know, if you don't like cancel culture, you probably won't like them.
You know, I was doing I was just recently doing a show, and I do this joke where I talk about just joining the gym again, and I talk about I say and the first thing I notice, camel toe was the first thing I noticed, that and the amount of ass that needs to stop wearing leggings, and this woman yells out, "Boo!" She boos me before she even hears the whole joke. And at the end of it, at the end of the show, she comes up to me and she's like, "Wait," because she was a trans woman, and she says, "Are you Pancho Moler?" I'm like, "Yeah," because they only announced me as Pancho on stage, and I said, "Yeah," and she's like, "Holy shit! I grew up like watching you skateboard. I'm a huge fan." And she's like, I'm sorry I booed you. I just I don't like jokes when it's about body shaming."
Or maybe because you said camel toe and she doesn't have one.
Oh, I said I don't like. Um, I think that there's too many asses in like the leggings, and um, I'm all about body positivity, but stuffed sausage just makes me hungry. That's not a bad joke, right?
Hmm.
And that's what she booed on, and but yeah, maybe it was about the. I don't think it was about the camel toe. I think she just was one of those women that needs to be heard,
Interesting.
and I feel like there's too many of those.
Maybe that's
Like
maybe
I'm
that's
all
the
about like
basis.
listening to people, but dude, you can't do that at a show.
Maybe that's actually the psychology behind cancel culture. It's just a bunch of people who don't feel like they're heard, so they feel obligated to tell people not to say things because they feel like they're being discriminated against and they're not being listened to.
I mean, that's definitely one of the things,
Right.
but
And
I
you said
mean, I
you're
think there's a
so
lot of
you were a
things.
skateboarder? I don't know a lot about that, bro.
Yeah, I was a professional skateboarder for a long
So
time.
were you like famous or something?
Yeah,
When was
traveled
this?
the world, like early '90s into like I started skating at the age of like 10, and then I became a professional at 18, and then I traveled the world professionally till I was about 28, and then I stopped being a professional around 29. It's not a career that lasts forever.
What does it mean to be a professional
You have your
skateboarder?
own board model for a skateboard company. They produce your own board, like with your
So was
graphics.
yours
You have
like was your board like a
I had a poke.
like a souvenir sized board?
Yeah, it was a little tech deck. It was a little
Yeah.
tiny tech deck.
These little
No,
tiny little.
I had minis. I had like small ones for like the kids, and then I also had regular size ones for
Did
like
you use a kid sized board or a regular
I
sized
used
board?
like in between.
Oh, they made your own one for you?
Yeah.
That's lit.
Yeah.
So what how'd you become famous out of it?
Honestly, dude, I think there was only two little people that skateboarded, like on like a
Mm.
level that we were skateboarding back in those times, which was me and Weeman. So he was basically always like in the picture with me. I knew him from a long time ago, but I didn't know him personally. I just always knew him from like, who's better, you or Weeman? I was always compared to this guy that I did not know. And then he became super famous from Jackass and started going super mainstream. So like now it's like, even though I skateboarded, I was always Weeman from now on. Like that's
Mm.
what everyone kind of knew me as. Whatever, it is what it is. But so basically, I got sponsored at the age of like 15. Basically, the way you get sponsored is I had a group of friends that I skateboarded with. We were all pretty good, but they were like, "Dude, you should make a sponsor me video
Uh-huh.
and send out to these companies. We'd help you." I'm like, "What is that?" They're like, "It's basically a video we make, we edit, we film you. We go to different spots, we film all the shit you do at them, and then we edit it, and then we send it to different companies to see if they'll sponsor you, give you free shit."
Yeah.
And so we made a sponsor me video, and I got sponsored by like four different companies with like one video.
Damn.
And so they started sending me product, like free product, like expensive shit, lots of shit.
As a famous skateboarder, were you getting a lot of pussy?
I got my fair share. I don't like to boast, but it wasn't hard. Let's just say that.
Like girls wanted
Like
you?
for other little people, it was harder. People that didn't. I feel like when you have something going for yourself, no matter who you are, if you have something going for you that's more interesting than whoever you're dating, it makes them want you even more. Especially
Uh-huh.
if you're good at it and you're getting paid for it.
Right. So
So I got my fair share.
do you think
Plus, we were traveling around a lot.
so why were you touring? Who were you touring with? Like did you meet
I was touring with the skateboard team I would skate for and the distributors that sold our skateboards all over the world.
And when you toured, where did you go? Like, did you go to like different like parks?
I did a U.S.
And-
tour.
Uh-huh.
Did a U.S. tour. And yes, we would go to like the whatever skate shop that we were visiting. They would have it advertise it. All the kids from town would show up at the local skate park. We'd put on a demo. Then they'd get to hang out with the pro skateboarders. We'd play skate or horse, whatever. Go to their local skate spots, film on there, and then just hang out with it.
But you didn't actually do like a skate show?
Yeah, it's
Like,
called
were
a
you guys-
skateboard demo. It was a demo. Yeah. For like an hour or two, we would do it.
Like you just skateboard on a
Yeah.
fucking ramp and shit.
Skateboard on the ramp at their street park.
What was like the coolest tricks that you do?
Probably like nollie hill flips, frontside nollie hill flips, kick flips, 360 flips,
Damn.
yeah, shit like that.
Wow, bro.
I loved it. Fucking loved it,
Can you
dude.
still do it?
No, no, no. I can't do it at all. I've had 3 lower back surgeries.
Really,
My
bro?
skateboard days are fucking over.
Do
Yeah.
you miss it?
Oh hell yeah! It's my first passion, man. I did it for a long time, and it took me around the world.
Even like other countries, like
Yeah,
Italy
dude.
and
I went
like
to
China.
I went to Japan. I went to Taiwan. I went to South America. I went to Spain. I went to Austria, Germany,
Damn.
all over the U.S., all over Canada,
Wow.
Australia. I went everywhere just from skateboarding.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
That's a cool lifestyle to have.
It was for a long time.
You were probably like dating a lot of junkies, which are good.
Dating a lot of junk. I dated my fair of junkies, man. But I think I was a junkie as well.
Yeah, I mean,
It
bro.
was just the lifestyle that comes with
yeah.
it. You can either choose to go on that ride or not. But I
Do you
have
like-
an addictive personality, so I definitely did.
In addictive personalities, I mean, like people are addicted to your personality, or you're just addicted to a lot of things
I'm just easily addicted to like things that
come to you,
come to me, like drugs.
like junkie bitches.
I think that when people like drug addicts stop doing certain stop doing drugs, they're sober now. They still have an addictive personality. That addiction just goes for something else, like
Okay.
compulsive lying or womanizing or gambling. Like it's you always have that addiction. You just got to learn to substitute it towards
With
something else.
better.
Yeah.
But sometimes junkie women are cool. Like, do you like attractive women?
Yeah, man. But here's the thing, guy. Like, look at me. I was never one of those. I was never a dude that. I'm not gonna say I didn't have standards, but I would take what I could get. And here's the way I look at it. You know how there's that saying like, "Jump on the grenade." Have you ever heard that saying in your age? Like it's basically you have the friend that distracts the ugly girl, so that way you can talk to the pretty girl. It's back in my time. It was called jumping
Jump
on.
on that grenade,
jumping on the grenade.
dog. Yeah.
But here's
I
the
needed
deal.
that, bro. So
I-
many
I-
times.
I did that, but and either I would sleep with them or I wouldn't. But they would remember me. I just looked at them like a flower that hasn't blossomed yet, and eventually it will.
Or like
and then I would meet up with them again 5 years
or like
later.
a young man who never
Listen to
went
me.
to
I would meet up with them
puberty yet.
5 years later, and they would be beautiful, completely beautiful, and they would remember me as a guy that didn't fucking
Try to
diss
fuck
them,
them.
try to fuck them, be a dick to
You know,
them, make fun of
Yeah.
them. Guess what? Those guys get laid too.
No, they get laid first.
So
Or they get laid more.
But that
'Cause they
was
invest.
that was the way I thought. So if it didn't matter what I got, as long as I'm not gay. So I didn't go.
Not
I
obviously.
didn't go that way.
Why'd you have to reiterate
Yeah, I
that?
have to now because people are gonna be like, oh.
What do you mean, obviously?
No, but, like, so I would just get whatever girls, like if a girl was interesting and cool and funny, she didn't have to be hot.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have those kind of standards.
Right.
But I think with that way of thinking, it allowed me to just have more openings.
And more openings.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey!
But yeah, that was kind of the skateboard lifestyle, and that shit doesn't last forever. And I wasn't a good businessman.
Nobody recognized you now. How does it feel to be like the post-fame guy?
I don't know, because that's why I, even with comedy stand-up, I didn't talk about it for a long time, because skateboarders do recognize me. It's same as like people that are like into horror films,
Mm-hmm.
like scary movies recognize me.
Were you in a scary movie?
base. Yeah, Rob Zombie. I did a bunch of Rob Zombie films. Well, 2.
I don't even know what that is. But
Rob Zombie is like a crazy heavy metal musician, like rock star, but also has directed some pretty fucked up, scary movies. He's got a huge cult following in the horror world and in the music world. So I've done a few of his films, and I'm recognized through that, but through skateboarding as well. And one of the things with comedy I want to do is not talk about that stuff, because I wanted people to like me for my jokes not just like, oh, this
'Cause you're
guy
the skateboarder guy.
skateboarder, like. And so after I did comedy for like a year and a half, that's when I started talking about the other stuff, because my friends that knew me, they're like, you have to talk about that stuff. Like, that's a huge part of your life, and you have some funny shit to talk
Yeah,
about.
bro. Like, I mean, that's the thing, is that I feel like sometimes we shy away from like our own experiences because we feel like it's not enough, or because we're so used to our own
Yeah.
experience, we're like, oh, like I'm not gonna talk about that because other people like have like that's too me,
Yeah.
and other people
You
have
know, you
different
know what's
agenda.
funny with that story too is like, as soon as I started talking about like skateboarding and some of my experiences and making them into jokes, all the dudes, the bro-ish dudes, that like people talk about, like at these shows, at like,
Comedians?
comedians, some of they immediately got interested in that world because some of the stuff was relatable to them, and I'm like, oh my god, why didn't I start talking about this a long time ago? It's rad.
Fuck, dude. Because I mean, at least for me, is like a reason why I haven't talked about a lot of things that I genuinely want to talk about, and instead I'm just talking about like topics that I know are more like, I'm not gonna say controversial, but like
Relevant
more
now, or
relevant or like known, is because I don't know. I feel like we underestimate our own experience, and at least I do, and I just want to be like, you know what, dude, I went through shit. These are my stories. Like, my sister killed herself. Okay, that's a part of my story. That's not the full story. I have other situations in my life too. Like I don't even know. I mean, I do know. I
yeah,
know a lot of things that I just don't even say on stage. But yeah, like I mean, I have all these opinions, and I think they're ready to be heard, man.
yeah, man. I
What do-
feel the same way.
Yeah, bro. What's your goal with comedy, bro? Where you going?
Uh I mean, I wish I started at your age.
I
I
don't be
started a
that
little
guy,
later in
bro.
life, so I feel like everyone's always like, especially with stand up, they're like, you have to pay your dues. You have to be at least doing this for like 15 years to do
Hey, don't
anything.
believe
And I'm
any of
like,
that
well, I don't
bullshit.
I don't have 15 years. It's not that I don't have them. I don't, it's just, I didn't start comedy when I was 20 years old.
Well, that's also bullshit. That's just a self-limiting belief that like they instilled in their own mind because someone else did. You know what I think? I think in like 10 years, people are gonna write and do their specials in like months. Like it's
Yeah.
just gonna be like a month, new special, new special. Matt Rife released like fucking special after special, like 2 months difference.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like we're starting to like really crack the system of how to write efficiently and turn it into a joke efficiently. And because things have changed over the years, like comedy isn't what it used to be because now we have more resources. Like now we have technology and we have all these ways to connect and to study other comedians and all these ways to write jokes in like new ways. And
Yeah.
now we have access to more information, more I wouldn't even call it courses, just more places to get more knowledge on. Like, it's not just set a punchline anymore. Like, now there's all these different structures and all these different devices that you can
Yeah.
play off of. Like, it's not what it used to be. It's gotten so expanded. The past comedians have worked so hard to make it so that us comedians living now have all these resources that they didn't have because they dedicated their time to, like, oh, it isn't just a setup and a punchline. There's this whole combination. Oh, there's this joke form called benign retaliation. Who knew? Or there's this joke form called like incongruity or compare and contrast, things that we already knew, but then it was expanded on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's like
I get it. Yeah.
it's
I
like
love that.
now, and then we're gonna expand comedy even more to the next generation, and then that one to the next, and that one to the next.
I
And it's just
guess
gonna keep
my
growing.
what I see myself, I would love to be an opener for a big comedian. I would love to travel around opening up for comedians. I don't think I got what it takes to be a headliner, but I definitely know I would crush it at opening like a 15-minute spot for like a Mark Norman, or like Sam Morril. I love those guys so much. Or I love Ricky Gervais too, but like I think I would be better with some of those dudes, just because I think we kind of have a similar style. I don't know. What about you? Do you see
What
you want
about
to be
me?
a headliner?
Bro, I'm gonna do it all, man. I'm not worried about me. I'm not trying to do. I'm not in the same as agenda as like all this bullshit that I hear. Oh my god, I did the comedy store, so now I could tell my friends back home. Or oh my god, I did this. Oh my god, I was on this stage, or I opened for this person, or I was on the same show with them. dude, I'm not here to tell stories about what I did and who I did it with. I'm here to tell my story on stage for whoever wants to listen. I'm focusing on my craft. And yeah, I'm gonna be strategic about the business. Like if I do the comedy store, I'm not gonna post it so that I could show my friends and family. I'm posting it so that I could show it to this booker that I want to book me for a comedy club in San Diego or in Florida to be like, hey, I've done these shows, put me up. Like that's where I'm targeting.
But for some people, it's different because some people aren't born and raised here, and they
I
come here
wasn't
to live
born
the dream.
here.
you
Yeah, I
know?
mean, look, I came here to live a dream, okay? But I also have a very bulletproof belief in myself that I'm I'm not wasting time and just like, oh, I'm not gonna do this yet because I have time because I'm young, but I'm not gonna trust the process and be like, dude, if I keep up what I'm doing now and my system is as strong as it is now and just keeps getting stronger every week, every month, every year, then I have no doubt that I'm gonna be where I wanna be. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna focus on just enjoying the process, enjoying the road, having fun with the people that I meet, because one day I'm going to look back at my life in this van and all the people I met and everyone I had in my podcast, including you, Pancho, and just all the people that are now probably still in my life or no longer in my life. And I'm going to be like, you know what? This whole time it was about the journey and I was just focused on getting to the end because now I really miss those days.
Yeah.
But my goal is not to do that. My goal is to be like, man, that was fucking lit and I enjoyed every second of it. And I enjoy the climb just as much as I'm enjoying it here on the top.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good way to look at it, and that's a good vision.
Yeah, I think it's all just about like believing in yourself. If you don't, nobody will.
Yeah.
You know, and fuck anybody who doesn't.
That's true.
Yeah.
Fuck anybody that doesn't, man.
Yeah, even women.
Fuck them hard.
Yeah. Fuck them if they don't believe in you, bro. It's the best fuck.
You have women that don't believe in you?
Nah. All over, bro. Dude, I love haters, bro. Haters are like my fuel. Like I open my phone, I'm ready for it, bro. Dude, it's just always hate comments everywhere.
Really?
Always.
God.
Well, I mean, there's always good ones, but you should always expect bad ones because you're
that's
always
what
gonna get 'em.
I'm always expecting bad ones.
It's the only way to grow, man. It's just get shit on.
That's how you learn from your mistakes, or how to make those mistakes stronger, or something.
Make those mistakes stronger. What?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I feel like you like zoned out.
The sun, the heat.
You're
this
like, dude, get me out
sauna.
of here, bro.
The sauna.
Get me out of this van, dude. Do you want to swap, bro? So you driving a fucking Chrysler, bro? Where do you live? Do you live in a house or like an apartment?
House.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living, bro?
My wife and I bought a house about a year into the pandemic. All the interest went down. We bought a house up in the Hollywood Hills.
You live in Hollywood Hills,
No,
dude?
not in the Hollywood Hills, in the Santa Clarita Mountains.
Oh, that's far as shit.
It's about an hour and 10 minutes away. But we have
That is not Hollywood Hills, bro.
we have a huge house, a pool, lots of
What do you
rooms.
do for a living?
Essential. My wife is the one that makes all the money. I used to work a lot, but
What does she do?
I got hit by a car about
when?
9 months ago.
Damn, bro, is that with a surgery?
No, that was after the surgery. I got hit by a
Jeez.
car, and it just kind of stopped me from doing anything that I needed to do to make money.
Damn.
way.
And she's like a veterinarian. She looks like a veterinarian.
No. She works for a pharmaceutical company. From home.
And then you do what? Like nothing right now?
I just take care of all the animals, take care of the house, do everything around the house.
You're like, wife, can I have some money for some open mics today?
No, I get an
She's
allowance, so I
Nah, wait, for real, bro? Damn, bro. Like, you got to do the dishes and shit when you get home and shit.
I love doing all that shit.
Damn, bro. That's
Better than
funny.
digging trenches.
Hey, dude, I'm not gonna lie. That's fucking dope, bro. You get an allowance, dude. Like, can
chilling.
I have my $1,000? How much is it?
Like $1,000
Yeah, every month?
every 2 weeks.
Damn, bro. That's lit.
But
And then you got yourself a Chrysler, dude.
But there's been times in our relationship where I was the one that was making all the money,
Right.
and I was doing acting, and
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, you gotta get that in your bit, bro. you have an allowance, you're a little person, dude.
Yeah.
You're like, Mommy, can I go to Great America with some friends? You have your allowance, honey. But I bought it on a Chrysler. I bought a Chrysler. She's like, well, then you should have thought about that. She's like, fine, but it's coming out of your next allowance. Thank you, Mommy. And can I also have some money for some open mics? Hey,
Open mics.
you know your limit.
I love open mics.
Now go do
man.
the dishes and then go to your room.
Do you have a favorite open mic?
I've been hitting the Hollywood comedy a lot recently. But
Really?
it's not I don't know if it's my favorite. I think it's just the most consistent
The fourth
one.
wall is my favorite one.
Hey, we're about to hit it right now, dude.
I don't know what it is about the fourth wall. Maybe it's like the small room
The
intimacy.
misogyny.
or their fucking shitty bathroom. I don't know what it is.
Bro,
It's just
Joe went
hell.
on the
It's hell,
funniest-
but I love it.
Joe went on the funniest rant yesterday, just destroying like new comedians and like open mic comedians and comedians who think that like they're gonna get it so easily because they have followers. And he's like, nah, fuck you. I know the cafe has no toilet paper and I want it to be that way, all right? I like that it's a shit fest. So come and fucking complain to me like, oh Joe, there's no toilet paper. Give me a bad review. I fucking want your stupid bad reviews. Like, if you want to open a business and run a business, then don't do that. But fuck those people, all right? This is a shit fest, and this is a shitty mic, and you come here to fucking die, all right? He's like, you come here, and if you want to succeed in this industry, you're going to get the fucking shit blown out of you. You're not going to be learning setup punchlines. You're going to be learning how to fucking deal with nobody laughing at your shit for years because you suck.
Oh, my
and I was
God.
like, facts, dude.
Joe went off.
No, he was
I love
right.
Joe's comedy. I
Dude,
love
Joe
his
is
energy.
real, dog.
Yeah.
Let's go fucking see Joe right now, dude.
Yeah, let's do this.
Hey,
Cheers.
bro. Thanks for fucking being on the pod, bro.
Oh, yeah, man. Thank you for having me.
Dude, thank you for sweating all over my chair, dog.
Oh, man. Are you, what do? Just put this on this side and
What?
let you drive?
Oh, no, I just take that out, put it there,
Okay.
and I'm out. All right, dude. Hey, anything
What's
you
up
want to
here?
say? Oh, I'll show you in a second. Just all like my
Oh,
mantras and
follow
stuff.
me on Instagram. That's the only platform I use. Pancho Moler P.
Follow Pancho Moler at Pancho Moler
P.
P. Ah, 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 ah.